Hey folks, how you doing? Greg with 360sitevisit.com here with another vendor spotlight. We're here today in the illustrious studio with the illustrious Neel Niekerk.
That would be me.
From One Perfect Moment Photography. How you doing, Neel?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Fantastic. So great to have you in the studio today.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we're going to do a quick little video about, just get to know you a little bit, maybe learn some trends or some new information about photography and what's going on today. So let's start with, how did you get into the business?
As a kid, I was really interested in animals and birds and bird watching, and then my dad had a camera long lens and started photographing birds and doing nature photographs, and I soon realized that the cameras, the toys, are a lot more interesting than passively watching animals.
Okay.
So I got into photography as a young kid, and then I worked as an engineer, an electronics engineer, a television broadcast engineer. And when we immigrated to the United States, I thought I want to go back into broadcasting or do what I love.
Photography.
So I decided to go into photography full-time.
Sure.
And my main focus have been weddings and events.
Excellent.
Portraits and weddings, yeah.
Excellent. So where are you from originally?
Originally South Africa, and I now live in Wayne. I have a studio in Little Falls, New Jersey.
Okay.
So I cover the whole North Jersey area.
Excellent, excellent. So what would you say, and we talked about this a little bit off camera before the show, what would you say if there was one thing when it comes to shooting weddings, right? So you've got all kinds of variables involved. You have, maybe experience. You have the products someone sells in terms of the, the approach and things like that. What would you say in terms of capturing that one perfect moment? What would you say is the sweet spot that you feel you have, and put in a reverse way? What should I look for as a consumer or bride and groom in terms of, that thing that makes you special, and like the sweet sauce, so to speak, of how someone takes a good picture in your opinion?
Yeah, this is a wide question. I think from a consumer's point of view, the one thing they need to look at is complete galleries. You can look at wedding website, and there'll be a few hero shots.
Right.
And anybody, even as a second shooter, can pick off, hey, a cute little flower girl detail shot. They can pick off a few shots, put it together, and have 20 shots that look phenomenal.
Right.
But can they carry it throughout an 8-hour day?
Yes.
Throughout the entire wedding. So for a consumer point of view, a client, I would absolutely suggest look at complete galleries. Look at 3, 4, 5 weddings, complete galleries.
Right.
From the start of the day till the end, and see that consistency is maintained.
Right.
And I think that's important, not just getting amazing shots occasionally, but having that consistency, that the overall level of the work is really good.
Sure.
And I think for me, what I look for in other photographers is that's artistic sensibility with the technical knowledge. And there's always the argument about the artistic versus the technical. I really think that's irrelevant, because it's when the two are combined. When somebody has the technical knowledge, and it's not a thing anymore that they think about, and they can write on top of that and then create and have an artistic sensibility to photograph the event and the day and people. That, I think, is where it all comes together.
Right, right. So besides looking at, which I think, by the way, is phenomenal advice, and I've actually never heard of it, but you're right. It's probably easy to show one great shot, from 20 weddings, as opposed to seeing a whole gallery, and certainly advise anyone to do that. To ask, so I guess, would you ask a photographer, hey, can I see an entire gallery?
Oh, I think it's absolutely necessary. And also, there are so many fraudulent photographers out there that steal images off Google and slap together a website.
That could,
of work of a caliber that they're absolutely not capable of producing.
Right.
So if you can see complete galleries, you kind of have proof that the photographer is capable of delivering work of that standard that you want.
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing advice. So what would you say if there are any that are identifiable? What are some trends that are going on right now that we should know about?
I think there's currently a trend away from detail. It's a lot of detail-heavy weddings. All the mason jars and cute little stuff. I think there's a general trend away from that towards the genuine, the moments, the way people interact. That's what a wedding is. That's first time in how many years, often, that a lot of family get together and they interact, and there's something there that's more genuine and more memorable. How friends and family interact with another.
Right.
It's more memorable and more valuable recording of the day than the details.
Sure.
Where brides follow trends and follow magazines and follow the wedding blogs.
Right.
So I think there's a definite trend away from the details towards the emotional content, and I think that's a lot more valuable.
Right.
In terms of wedding photography and even wedding videos. It's the emotional, the human aspect of it.
Sure.
So I think that's a definite trend.
So when you are taking a picture, is it ever a concern for you to, like, go for how you feel someone's going to feel when they look at the picture, or is it the emotion in the picture that's more important?
I don't think it's a conscious thought at the time of taking a photograph.
Uh-huh.
I think it's just an overall driving notion that you want to affect people.
Right.
You want the client to, oh wow, relive the day. And
Right.
bride and grooms don't really experience the wedding day. It's everything is coming at them, and there's stress, and there's 200 people vying for their attention.
Right.
It's only afterwards, a week later, when they've calmed down, that they can go through the album and they see a lot of things that they didn't notice, even if they were there, they didn't
Right.
notice. And I think that's kind of what I shoot for, is that a way for them to relive the wedding in a way that they didn't quite have the luxury of experiencing at the time, because it's just so
Right.
much pressure and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the day, and it actually was that wonderful. It was that perfect. And I think that's what, but it's a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
It's like I want to present the wedding day for them.
Right,
and I
right,
want
right.
to relive it.
Yeah. So definitely the emotion in the picture is more
It's
important.
emotion, yeah.
Yeah, of course. And of course the person's going to feel good when they relive that. Awesome. So how would someone get in touch with you?
Oh, my website is One Perfect Moment. And again, that relates to the idea of that decisive moment when things come together, and it's just, there's something there, something, you might not be able to define it, but there's something there that affects the person watching. OnePerfectMoment.com.
Fantastic. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, pleasure, man.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for
And
having me over.
all right,
Always
excellent.
great to see you.
You too. Neel Niekerk, folks. Thanks for watching.